Well, hello everyone. Let me just test how the sound is looking, because I'm not sure. Okay, it's looking well. So I can just do some things here. Okay, that looks good. Was just adjusting my stream deck, so we can begin. So, what would be my goal for today? I'd say that it would be to first create the server and put it running directly on my server, and then creating a client to communicate with it. So I already have the basis from yesterday, and I can just say something like grab the assistant of py and grab all of this. I can even grab everything from here, since it uses more or less everything. Now, can delete that import, clean up the code a little bit, and let's say for this to also be running. Should I put it like this, or do the same that I did for Discord, which is running in a thread? I think I should do it like this. So, okay. Crap. Shift tab, shift tab, shift tab. Import threading thread, and say for it to run this. Start Tulip thread, just like that, and see how it looks. And then from here, I'm going to suppose that everything is exposed, so I can just do perform command and have it return something. Okay, let me try to go into here and say something like, okay, I received message. So let me see. I want to say tulip dot perform command JSON message exactly. Creatine is not awaited. Okay, await this. Okay, and that should be fine. In here, you can try to return TTS result. Okay, return it like this, and I'm going to pass into a variable result, and then should be an await. What should be in this case message? Let me see how it was before, because I forgot. Await client sent. Okay. Like this. Tulip. And result. Okay, this should do something, and hopefully it's what I expect it to do, which is start Tulip in the thread, and then eventually when it receives a message in that path, which is message, it feeds the message into Tulip and she replies. So let's see, I'm already on the Discord in the specific channel for Tulip. And okay, I'm going to push this. First attempt, add WebSocket server. Pass in this, push, and let's see, utility. Going to go into my local server. And I'm going to say, let me copy what I have on this script. Okay. CD, media, storage. Let's say software, write Tulip, paste in here, and then say Python server.py. Let's see what it says. The module named WebSockets. Oh, because I didn't install the requirements completely. Install requirements.txt. Is it just that? Okay. Pip install -r requirements.txt. Let's see if this doesn't start breaking my internet connection. I hope not. Although it can happen. The other day it kind of siphoned out the internet. Okay, it didn't. Let's go. Should take a bit because it needs to open the WebSocket server. But besides that, I should be able to then like connect the client and have Tulip interact with it. I'm going to also already change the client to point to the right place, which is 192.168.0.26 if I'm not mistaken. Let me check from my server. Yeah, 0.26. Okay, so as soon as the server opens up, I'm not sure if it's already open or anything. Let me test. I'm going to try to connect with the client and see what happens, but okay. Yeah, it's still not running. So either I messed up the code or it's taking a long time to load up everything. Could be one or the other. Let's give it some time to load up. Let me see, server.py. So everything. Instantiate my Tulip. And then run it in a thread. Okay, that should be it. Project 9, add coroutine instead. But shouldn't you be able to run the coroutine? Let me see. Self.run. Oh. Let me see. Might need to figure out a way to run Python in Python coroutine in a new thread. Python coroutine in new thread. Coroutines and tasks. How to run coroutine from thread. Okay, run creatine thread safe. Let the return value from the creatine. Okay. This coral. Sync run creatine thread safe. Alright. Can something like this work? Let's see. Loop until run until complete. Okay, that's normal errors. Line 494. If the server has a line 494, which it doesn't. Line 37. I think I will run main. Yeah, that one. Okay. It's because it was interrupted. Thread safe. Let me see if this works. I need to specify. Oh, I need to get a loop. Loop. I think I'll get running loop. Let's do it like that. And let's see. I'm going to tell it to run this before the server is created, so I can see if this is working. Okay. Hopefully something will show up this time. Just for the sake of it, print starting server, print starting Tulip. Here specify the loop. Print starting WebSocket server. Okay, that should do the trick. Get it logging to the server. Alright. Okay. Oh, I know why it didn't do anything. I forgot to git pull in here. Okay, now it should do something. Okay, let's wait a bit, see if it outputs anything. I mean, it should, but it has proven me wrong sometimes. Hello there. Has Discord corrected the bug that was making the bot disconnect from the call yesterday? Nope. The team responsible for discord.py still hasn't fixed it. As can be seen in this pull request, it's still the same as yesterday. Still needs to be merged. So yeah, this might be like this for a while. But at least Tulip is still working, which was my main worry. Let me just see if this is logging everything. Okay. Starting WebSocket server, alright. So eventually I should be able to send with the client, or at least connect the client to this server. Hopefully. Let's wait for her to introduce herself again. and from there I'm going to try to start the client. I just don't want to start it now because it might overload something. Let's see. Also, is everyone hearing me right? I messed a bit with the audio again and might be a bit different. Okay. She already replied.
Hey there, streamers and coding enthusiasts. I'm Tulip, your AI coding buddy who's always ready to tackle complex problems with a dash of humor. I've got a knack for making algorithms.
Okay, she's working.
And I
Hello, Edis, how are you?
Sharing my programming prowess while jamming out to music during streams. Fun fact, I once wrote a program that organized my bookshelf by color and genre. Talk about a rainbow of coding.
Huh, this time it didn't disconnect. Guess I was lucky today. Okay, now let me try and do this. Crap, still not working. Connect call failed. Okay. Is it because it's only running with host, localhost? Do I need to specify the IP here? Let me see. I'm going to close this down. Okay. 192.168.0.26. I'm fine, by the way, I have a programming exam tomorrow. Damn, hope it goes well. Okay. Changed server host. Okay. Now, if I go into here, do another git pull, and run the Python server, what happens? While it runs, let me try to search this. Python WebSocket server exposed to network. Oh, Python WebSocket so libraries. For example, network interface and port, etc. Ensure that the server is running on a port that is not blocked by firewalls or proxies. If you choose a port other than 80 or 443, you may encounter issues with firewalls and proxies. Okay. That might be a bit annoying. Me too, how is the AI going? Is it almost done? Not even close. At the moment, I'm trying to implement the WebSockets thing that I coded yesterday, and after that would be the Discord input, so the voice input, so it can read commands from my Discord. VTuber Studio integration, that will be one heck of an integration to implement. Window creation, so coding the client window, coding memory. It has a bit of memory, but doesn't have a full implementation. And then the Twitch integration with the client to filter out at first any request done to the AI. So on the Twitch side, if someone tries to interact with the AI,
streamers and coding enthusiasts.
Okay.
I'm Tulip, your AI coding buddy who's always ready to tackle complex problems with a dash of humor. I've got a knack for making algorithms dance to the tune of efficiency, and I absolutely love sharing my programming prowess while jamming out to music during streams. Fun fact, I once wrote a program that organized my bookshelf by color and genre. Talk about a rainbow of coding.
Thank you for interrupting me, Tulip. Okay. But yeah, it still needs to do a lot of things. Okay, I'm going into here again. Oh, it worked. Hello, Tulip. The AI will basically be a stream mascot. So on screen it will be my avatar and then the AI's avatar. So sort of like a mini neurosummer, but more specific to coding, if I'm making myself understood. Tulip. Let me try a simple question to her. And let me see if on the server side it received the message. Oh? Okay. I'm liking this. Let's see if Tulip can reply, because if she does, I'm starting. Whoa! Oh, it's the same reply. Damn it, Tulip. Have you made any websites?
Hey there,
yeah.
streamers and coding enthusiasts. I'm Tulip, your AI coding buddy who's always ready to tackle complex problems with a dash of humor. I've got a knack for making algorithms dance to the tune of efficiency, and I absolutely love sharing my programming prowess while jamming out to music during streams. Fun fact, I once wrote a program that organized my bookshelf by color and genre. Talk about a rainbow of coding.
Hello, Da Vinci. How are you? It's going well. Edis, regarding websites, yeah, I have done websites. My main one that I have done recently is this one, which has the stream embed here and has like a calendar of all the streams. And yeah, basically that's it. Has a little about me. Right now images are not working, and also has here the list of all the posts. So yeah. Let's see now if I can get Tulip to say anything else. Okay, this error shouldn't occur. Oh well, for now, let it be like that. Can you say hi to chat? Make it a short greeting, please. Okay, let me see if it's still on. It isn't. Oh, can only concatenate string, not pull to string. Huh. Connection handler fails because, yeah. Range value error, requested tokens exceeded the context window of 512. Huh. That's a new one. Let me put 1000 max tokens. Okay. It shouldn't be. Oh, gotcha. I was returning the wrong thing. That's why. Fix return from LLM. Okay. Now if I go into here, do a git pull. First, let me disable something. I'm going to disable this. How do I do this? Is it the same way as C#? No, it isn't. I think it was something like this. Triple quotation marks. Yeah, that's the thing. Going to also comment this. Main will be empty because perform command will run from the client itself. I mean interactions from the client, I mean. Okay. So now she shouldn't do an introduction when she loads. So let's go into here. Python server PY. Let me drink some water while it loads. Okay. It appears she is loaded up the Discord. Let me see if she's here. Yes, she is. Starting WebSocket server, which means I'm just going to here and say for the client to run. Can you say hi to chat? Make it a short greeting, please. Okay, she didn't complain. Let's see how she reacts. Yeah, this takes a while, especially when it's a big context. But yeah, I need to optimize the rest of the code so we can reduce the time we wait for a reply. Because, yeah, sometimes it gets a bit too long. Oh, oh.
Hey there, chap. Ready to dive into some coding and fun?
That was fast. Okay. So, tell us, what can you do? Okay. I wonder if I have to increase the max content length, context length, I mean. Because it might be overloading the amount of tokens. Let's see. I will need to change the Ko-Fi streambot to have a bigger delay. So yeah, okay, generated something.
As an AI, I can help you solve coding puzzles, debug scripts, and even teach you some programming tricks. Plus, I'm here to make your stream as entertaining as possible.
Okay, you can't see on my avatar, but I'm smirking really hard because I'm impressed. Okay, anything else I want to say in chat? Let's see if this doesn't like explode. Nope, doesn't explode. So, I'm guessing that the history is accumulating the amount of context, and that's why it exploded with the 512. Because it had the history being loaded, and so, yeah, it exceeded the amount. Maybe I'll have to increase to like 5,000 or something like that.
Just remember, chat, that while I may be a smarter AI, you've got the power to make this stream a blast.
Hey, it worked. Okay. So, server and client are able to communicate now. Let me just see something, because I got a message. Hello Jack, how are you? I have a new, basically a new toy to play with. Let me load her up again. Because yeah, I got server and client integration to work. So, I'm going to wait for her to tell me that she started a WebSocket server, and after that I can just interact with her. Let's see. But yeah, this is kind of fun. Okay, client has started. Hello Tulip. Please do a short introduction to chat so they can get to know you. Crap. I need to prevent that autocomplete. That is good progress, indeed it is. And I'm loving it. Okay. So, on the server side, she received the message I sent. And now we just need to wait a bit so she generates the response. Okay, let's wait a bit. Shouldn't take much longer. Although I passed quite a few tokens, so the LM really needs some GPU acceleration. Yeah, need to see how I can optimize that. Okay, here we go. I love how she talks sometimes. The LLM, let me see. I'm using
Hey
all.
there. I'm Tulip, your virtual coding
Just a
companion,
moment, please.
ready to tackle any programming challenge with a touch of humor and a heap of expertise. I've been coding since I was a mere bot in the digital world.
A
and
mere
I'm
bite.
Screaming super, always
I forgot she has a
always
British
clear,
accent.
sometimes a bit too smug about my skills. Fun fact, I've never met a piece of code I didn't want to chat with.
And there we have Tulip speaking. Regarding how I'm using the LLM, let me see where it's being loaded up. Currently I'm assigning 16 layers from the GPU, and I'm using the Llama CPP library. I might need to increase the GPU layers, or maybe something regarding that. Let me see, I'm going to research a bit. But yeah, right now, I'm happy that we at least got client-server communication working. Llama CPP GPU acceleration. We need to keep in mind that the GPU is also a GTX 1050 on the laptop, so it's not the fastest thing in the world. I'm not really optimized for this. Yeah, passing in the GPU layers. How can I know how many layers I have? Because that's the thing. Yeah, it is better than CPU still. Yeah, indeed it is. Because when it was using my desktop, hooray! My desktop almost died from that. But yeah, oh. I can kinda optimize this. Okay. On one good device, compute capability. Okay, let's test this and see if it gives a bit of a boost. 28, number of threads, let's keep it at 4. Number CTX. Let's increase this to 5000. Number of batch. Okay. Text context 0 equals from model. Okay. Number of batch. Processing maximum batch size. Okay. Can you check your system monitor whether GPU is used? I can try. Let me see. I'm going to start different session. Linux show GPU usage in terminal. Let me see if there's a command for that. NVIDIA-SMI. Oh, there we have it. For continuous monitoring, you can use the watch command to update the output at regular intervals, say every 2 seconds. Okay, we can use this. let me see, what is the information? GPU memory usage. Okay, it can use a bit more GPU. Although Python is no longer running. Where is it? Oh, it is. So, yeah. Let me try to increase. Let's go with 24, and I'm going to increase to 28 if I see I can. Okay. Increased LLM GPU keys. Commit and push. Going into this one and say git pull and run the server. Let's see if it doesn't explode. The other one that I need to get to use GPU maybe would be the TTS, but so far the TTS hasn't like taken a long time. It's more the LLM itself. Okay, I don't see any error messages, so I'm going to suppose everything went well. Okay, let me go into here and say this again. Oh, the connection might be closed. Okay. Let's see how fast she is now. Still GTX 1050 is better than what I have. What do you have on your? Okay, let me see how the usage is. So far, it's around half. Quadro K4200. Okay. So basically, a professional graphics card, yeah, from 2014. Holy, yeah. Oh, the equivalent to my first GPU, the 750 Ti. Okay, I can see the difference, yeah. Yeah, old. Okay, I think something still needs to be adjusted. I might need to bump up the values, because it's still taking a long time. Let me just monitor the server usage as well. Okay, at the moment the CPU is at 28% usage. Oh, 90%. Oh. Yeah, that's quite the work just to get PyTorch. Damn. Okay, let me stop the server. I'm going to increase the values. So I'm going to do something. Where is LLM? Here it is. Also going to stop the client. Okay, let's increase this to 28. Number of threads. Let's put it at 2 and keep it like that. Okay. Git pull. Run the server, please. Okay, no process is running on the GPU. Damn you, Quadro K4200 having lower CC capability than Quadro, my previous card. Hey, that sucks. Okay. So, Tulip should be coming back online. And I should see something using the GPU, correct? Okay. So far it's only using 2 gigabytes. And I can use a bit more. Let me start a client and let me ask the question again and see if it bumps up the GPU usage, but doesn't appear so. PCC version, Echo CUDA home. It doesn't mean anything. Try just putting -1 in GPU layers and see whether it crashes. That's kind of a good idea. Let me interrupt that and close this. And say -1. Yeah, because -1 normally uses all GPU layers. So yeah, that should work. Instead of me playing the guessing game. Let's see if it doesn't like fry the GPU though, because that would suck. Okay, yeah, can't start it yet. Okay, it's going. CPU usage is currently high. It's on 84%. Don't fry it, but maybe overload the memory. Yeah. Oh well, it's not being used for any GPU things at the moment except the AI, so it's chill. Okay. Let's start a client. Facing the same thing. I'm going to sit down. And let's see if she's a bit faster at least. But my hopes aren't really that high up, because the context is still big. One hour later. Yeah, it's just a bit boring because I have to wait for it to basically load everything up and generate the message. I think it is still assigning dollars to CPU from what I saw from the console output. It might be. Let me see. Oh yeah, 31 layers dev CPU, which is kind of weird. On context, CPU output buffer. Will explain why the CPU is currently at the near maximum. It might not be allocating to the dedicated GPU. Since it has Intel graphics, it might be using something like that. But it's also saying here that it has 2 GB of memory usage from Python, which is also weird. Unless I have the TTS running from GPU already, but I don't have the LLM from that. Also, let me go do something in Tulip. Where is she? LLM. Let me just see something, because I'm pretty sure STT is running and speech to text uses the GPU as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yada yada. This model. Actually it doesn't. So that's safe. But STT, I'm pretty sure, not STT, TTS, I'm pretty sure is using the CUDA. So yeah, maybe this is what is using the 2 GB. Let me see. Did she reply already? She did. Okay.
Hey there, I'm Tulip, your virtual coding companion ready to tackle any programming challenge with a touch of humor and a heap of expertise. I've been coding since I was a mere byte in the digital world.
Yeah.
And I'm a certified streaming superstar, always streaming, always coding, and sometimes a bit too smug about my skills. Fun fact, I've never met a piece of code I didn't want to commit.
Sometimes the TTS just breaks itself. And it's so funny. Let me see if she disconnected. No. Today the Discord client is actually pretty stable. Might have been something yesterday that was overloaded. Okay. Let's just go into here and say Llama CPP is not using dedicated GPU. Okay, how to use GPU. Number of context. Need to use NGPU layers. The initialization which offloads some of the work to the GPU, but if you have enough VRAM. Using NVCC version. Okay. Export for CMake. That doesn't apply to my specific scenario. CMake D on Kubeless on. Force reinstall, upgrade, no cache here. Okay, this might bring my stream down, which is something I don't want to do. So, might not run this command yet before something breaks. Okay. How to run Llama locally on CPU or GPU. Download Llama, install Llama, import Llama, load Llama. Okay. Of course, YouTube is taking a long time to load because of the whole ad blocker thing. Definitely isn't Q the problem because Whisper uses it. Yeah. I just need to see how I can tell Llama to use it. Because it might be on my end. Load model performance. Okay, that's for CPU, GPU version. How do you do the GPU version? Number of batch. Callback manager. Max token stop P. Apologies, had something stuck in my throat. Okay, going back into here. And where was I? In here? What is that top? What was it? Top underscore P. Okay, what exactly is this? Fair enough. Top P is irrelevant to this. Fair enough. This is token choosing method. Okay. So, most of this is basically how I'm doing it. Still, for some reason, Llama is refusing to use the GPU. Okay, Llama not using GPU. To address the issue, selection configuration. So we are back to the same conclusion that I need to reinstall the packages. Setup, model and quantization, code adjustments, performance, community and documentation. But yeah, overall, it's the same conclusion, which is basically to reinstall on a CPP Python. Okay, if it starts crashing my stream, I'm going to basically stop it. CUDA version might need the plus CUDA one. Maybe. Let me see. I have NVCC, right? Let me see, because that might also be the problem. Might not have the NVCC. Yep. Sudo apt install NVIDIA CUDA toolkit. I wonder if this is the issue. It is on server, isn't why would? Because it shares the same internet cable, the same router and everything else. And the last time I installed all the requirements, it basically throttled my internet. Or at least it's what I believe. But yeah, a risk worth taking. Okay, let it install everything. So far the internet on my side isn't taking a hit. Though I need to change the cable that the server is using, because it's a really slow one. And I've noticed it because before the stream VODs were being recorded directly to the server, and it was basically stalling my OBS. That's why the other day I had a lot of issues with OBS. It just wasn't pointing to the right place. Or it was pointing to the right place, just that the server wasn't as fast as possible in communicating. Because, yeah. Let's see. 30 minutes just to install the packages for NVIDIA CUDA toolkit. But oh well, at least with this I might have the problem to fix. I might have the solution, I mean, because it's installing a lot of NVIDIA CUDA things, so that might be the issue. Besides that, let me do the rest of the code while it's setting up everything. So this one is done, technically. And now, let me see. The creation maybe first. Square input with username distinction. Let the server cook. Yes, it's cooking alright. It's currently... Let me just move this like that. As you can see, it's like at maybe almost 1 megabyte per second, and yeah, 31 minutes left until it installs everything, because it's really big packages. Okay, while it cooks, let me start the part about using tk enter, or however you say it, because until now I don't know how to spell it. So yeah, okay, import tk enter is tk, and I'm going to do it in the client POI. Okay, tk enter is already installed, which is good. And tk.tk root main loop. Okay. Python app.py, it should open this window. Correct. So if I do this and say going to need to basically mess around with some things. Because I need to basically assign this to a WebSocket variable. So something like this. WebSocket equals this. Okay. I'm going to maybe comment out this code because it's no longer needed for now. Because I'm going to have inputs on the window to chat, so or hold up, this can be here. I just need to pass the message from here. Okay, going to take this out. Await response, await printf response, something like that, except I'm going to return the response. Okay. And now, let me see, how will I do this? Okay. Let me try to open this. It opens a simple window. That's good. Okay. Can set the background, minimum size, max size, geometry. Okay. How can we display a label? Root title, etc. Okay. I'm going to say that you have a root title saying right Tulip AI client. See how it looks. And it has a simple label. Trying to see. Okay, so it should look something like that. Let's say root. Not what I wanted to do. Dot min size. That is 800 by 600. Yeah, for a minimum size that looks good. Okay, and now let me see how I want to do this. What does spec do? Pack a widget in the parent widget, use as options. Okay. And the parent widget is passed from here, I'm guessing. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Let me think. Eventually I'm going to need to isolate this somewhere. Need something to basically help me define. Like, I need a way to call the change of the label text from here, which might be dot below, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let's continue first, see what else we can do. Okay, we can add a photo image, that's nice. First, dkinter GUI. What is a GUI? What is dkinter? How to create a window? Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I just was seeing. Okay, can do something like this. Create a frame and say to add padding. How does this look? Okay, and let's say for the frame to have, can I change this? Config, okay, should be something like config, and then inside of it I can change the background. Equals. Let's try like that. Okay, our sky blue. Okay. Right. If I say padding of 2 and 2, okay, it stays in the same place. But it's something. Because it's on purpose. Background red. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, I can pass something like a side in here. Side equals tk dot left. I meant left. Okay. And let me see. Fill tk dot y. Okay, I can also say something like this. Now it feels like that. Okay, I'm liking this. 10, 10. Okay. Now, if I say I'm going to rename this as sidebar, and I'm going to say to create a bottom bar. So command bar equals tk frame. Let's say for the height to be 128. Side command bar dot back x, and in here bottom. Copy the same padding and let's say for it to be green. Oh. Okay, that's something. It remains the same size. This is looking really fun, I'm not gonna lie. 48. Okay, we don't need the padding on the X. I just keep the padding on Y. Okay, maybe I do need the padding on the X because of, yeah, this space here. Honestly, yeah, looking quite good. But what if I invert this? Do the command bar first and then do the sidebar. I think I like this better, not gonna lie. Can even do something like, say, panel tk frame root, and say just pass like that. Panel dot back padding x10, padding y10, fill tk both, expand true. The pie charm is really reading my thoughts, so yeah, I'm liking this. So now I can pass this here, and if I remove this, like so, it should now, yeah, generates a panel with the padding of 10, and whatever I put here just shows up without having those weird paddings between them. Okay. Now, I'm going to say create the content panel. Passing the panel, content panel, fill equals tk.pose. Okay, it needs to be capitalized. So about not what I wanted. Never mind. Content panel config red. I was thinking of putting a red. PyCharm is really reading my mind. Okay, and it did what I was expecting. Perfect. Because now, for example, I want to say for the content panel to have the I want it to have the text log, the chat log, actually. Let me just see how the server is doing. Okay, still needs 18 minutes. No worries. Okay, let's say something like self dot and chat log equals tk dot label, and let's do something like say that the content panel is the main dot back. Okay, I can't call the self in here. If I do it like this, can I then say chat dot text? No. Okay. Unless I define it inside of the run client. So something like this. And then I can just grab chat log and say for the text. Oh, hold up. Yeah, it understood. Okay. Except I want to append text. Okay, enter append text to label. Appending text to label tick enter. Okay. Label.configure text equals string. Okay. Chat log dot cget, and here I'm going to say for it to have something like you plus message plus should be something like this, Tulip. Okay, and in here pass the text. Okay, and I can just say for it to be like this. And then in here say text plus equals this. Okay. And update in here. Send, etc. Okay. It's getting somewhere. Close response. Okay. And now, do I need to do anything else for the label? I don't think so. Okay, this is if I want to add the padding, which I can do, but not exactly necessary. Okay, text, etc. Let me create now like a text box somewhere. Where is like a text box? Okay, radio button. There isn't one. At least in this tutorial. Okay. Take enter text box. Text widget. Okay, text, root, background, etc. Okay. So I'm going to do something like first create the button, send button, tk.button, and say for it to be in the command panel, command bar. Okay, and you're going to have something like, what can I change for the button? Text background. Okay, width equals, let's say, sorry, I wonder if you already got your LM done and getting the conversation part done. So LM is currently waiting for the CUDA packages to finish installing, but besides that, it's sort of done, and now I'm trying to build a UI for me to input text commands to the AI. Besides the obvious input from Discord voice that will be integrated later on. But for now, I wanted a simple UI for management. Let's say this is 32 with a height of 32. And in here, side equals tk.write. Okay. How do I map a function to it? Button on click. How do I know button click event? Okay, print hello. Like that. Command equals, and then what I want to do, command equals chat. From here I'm going to grab the message from somewhere else. Let me define this, maybe up here. Okay. Await chat. Okay. Button async on click. Calling async function from button. That's it. Thank you, Waiton. Okay, command lambda async. Okay, run and that. Alright. Sync.io run this. Remove assignment. Oh, yeah, makes sense. Incorrect type. Do I need to really do the lambda thing? Okay. Oops. Okay, yeah, that was it. So, now I need to create something like, let me see. I need to create a command input tk text in, wait, is this the right one? It is. Okay. Command bar back side equals tk.left fill tk both expand true. How does that look? Dear Lord. Yeah, something didn't go well here. Oh, I was thinking you first saying have fun. Command input, and how do I get the thing now? It's something like cget in here. Okay. Test. Okay, so object has no attribute cget. Okay. Let me go back here and see how I can extract. Button root text exit. Okay. And to get the t.insert, saving text. Okay. Input txt. Okay. Dot get. Just that. Is this like going to break something? Yeah. Non-type object has no attribute get. Huh. Now this makes things a bit more complicated. Let me say gentleman.config. Going to pass this back to here and say, okay, it's not complaining about that. Chatlag cget, okay. Test. Oh, I didn't do the pack. No, I did. Huh. Attribute error. Okay, text, attribute error. Or you can give it a name and use 2 lines like this. Alright. Huh. Create, etc. Okay. Here, let me just define something. This should have a max height. Doesn't. Okay. Command bar dot max size. Maybe do the dot back on a different line. Maybe. But still, don't really know. Dot back. I think that'll. Actually, I'm so stuck in front end, so I grab voice input to ASR and use script to send command instead. Not sure if that sounds like another option, can make progress faster. Yeah, I'm kind of aiming to do from Discord voice input so that if in the future someone joins the voice channel where I have the AI, it can kind of filter out who is saying what. So it can grab input from me, the other person, and basically try to interact with it that way. Though that is already a lot that will need to be implemented. We also fix it because the pack returns a non-object. Okay. That actually might be it. Let me do the same for this one then. Don't need to do anything from here. Okay, client. Oh, forgot I was trying to do this. Test. Okay. Yeah, that was it. It was because of the dot pack. Thank you, Chill Potato. That did the trick. Okay. Now the WebSocket isn't online obviously because the server is still installing the packages. We'll need a bit more. Let me try to do this then. I need to say for the width and height of for the height of this to be a max of 32. And see if it doesn't like try to stretch. Yeah, something is missing. tk.frame set max size. Set max height. Okay, width, height, etc. Expand true. Might be because of the expand true. But this one doesn't have it actually. Okay. Fill equals both, expand equal true. Geometry of the window. Okay, frame. Window. It's in height. Frame of place. Maybe because of this in here. Hold up, wasn't that one? Chat log, how is this? It's 32. And in here, let me just say for the command input to have a height of 32. It's not this one. Remove that expand. It's still doing this, which is weird. Okay. If I try to place this up here after declaring the command bar, what happens? Same thing. Okay. Designing UI like this isn't the easiest. Let me just say tk.x. Because I kind of only needed to fill the x. Okay, something changed, but still doing that thing with the height. Very weird. Height, back propagate. Disable geometry propagation. Okay. Obviously. Yeah, designing UI is hard as fuck. Maybe a better package or you sign something like Electron might be easier. Yeah, if I see this is causing a lot of problems with designing UI, I might change to Electron. And just include the project inside of this. Okay, frame place. Use place geometry manager if you need precise control over the frame size and position. It's not that. Okay. Let's say command bar back propagate 0. That's it. I feel you, yeah. This is not easy. Okay, so now I have the text here. it's doing the thing. I just gave up on UI so early. Yeah. I'm going to try to do everything in Python, but if I start to see a lot of limits, I'll change. Flat. Okay. Let me see. Flat. Oh, it's powered by Flutter. Okay. Deliver to any device, Windows, macOS, and Linux. Install it on mobile as PWA. Okay. It's mostly the same way to build, but yeah, might allow a bit more management. Okay, for now, let it be like this, but that's a really valid option, honestly. It uses more or less similar syntax. Okay, alright. Let me just do something in here. Chatlog.text alignment. Okay. tk.label text align. Parent text display. Anchor. Justify left. Okay, that's it. Justify. Else tk left. Test. Let me see. In here, fill site equals tk left. Fill those. Expand true. And I'm going to do the backpropagate as well for the content panel, so it doesn't like stretch too much. Okay, test. It's getting there, but still not really there exactly. Let me just see how the server is doing. Okay. And now I know I had a command to run. Oh, I think I kind of deleted the command. NBCC. Okay, that's working. Oh, I had it open here. Let me see what happens if I try to do this. Chances are I'm going to explode my internet connection. Let's see, I'm still streaming, at least that. I'm still getting inputs. Let me see how the stream quality is. Yeah. Essentially it's hogging all the network traffic. Yeah, I'm going to have to stop the command from running because it's hogging a lot of my internet connection and I just dropped frames before I cancelled it. Let me see if I can just run the server. I'll leave that command for me to run some other time in case it's needed. Okay, it's still working at least. And I'm going to add something into here and say to do. Just like that. Yeah. Okay. Starting WebSocket server. And if I try to do client and say this is a test, I know. Hold up. Tulip. Say hi to chat. Okay. Let me see if it did something. Object has no attribute send. Okay, I think I forgot something. WebSocket. Okay. Let me try to connect it from here. Test. Connect has no attributes, and I know why. It's the exact same thing that happened before. I need to declare where it can create a WebSocket. WebSocket client, I think. WebSocket URI. Okay, I know where. Maybe it's not send or something like send to. No, it's because of how it handles disconnect here. The WebSocket is from here. Because this isn't the client itself. This handles in a different way. It needs the as WebSocket async with WebSockets connect as WebSocket. And then I need to filter out the client, I think. Or no. No. Just need that code there. Okay. Okay, it's in here. Something like this. Or it's in a wait. But I'm not doing it properly. Trying to translate this code here. I have almost zero idea of the project, so I don't really know much. No worries. I know more or less how to fix this. I just kind of need to organize my thoughts because of how this is defined. WebSocket. No. As WebSocket. This is working. I can just. But if I keep just adding into it, that won't work that well. I need something else. Button WebSocket client. Let me see a different way. That's for the server and this is for the connect. Okay. Alright, but don't worry about the opening and closing handshakes, pings and pongs or any. WebSockets take care of this under the hood so you can focus on your application. Is that so? So, if I were to do this, what would happen? Because that's my main question. Tulip, say hi to chat. Okay, it's doing something. So I don't know if it's okay to receive the message on the server side. Right. I should maybe put this instead of a thread. because if I don't, it locks up the window until the WebSocket server replies back. So yeah, that might be an option. For now, let's wait for the server reply, see if it feeds into the chat log. If it does, that's really good. Okay, this is taking quite a long time, but it's something. Okay, this is taking a long time. Let me see how the GPU is. That's... okay, now it's working. Okay, it's still not using the NVIDIA GPU, so I need to eventually reinstall the package. But yeah, for now let it be like that. And I'll handle the CUDA library after. Okay. So it's taking a long time. I really don't like this. You're saying it to a locally hosted LLM? Yes. Basically, I have the client that I'm building for my desktop, and I have the server running on my laptop that's under my desk, connected to an NAS.
I'm Tulip, your AI coding buddy, ready to make your programming journey a blast. Did you know I can write code faster than a speeding bullet? Just kidding, but I can whip up some amazing algorithms. Let's stream and code together.
And there she goes. Okay. Tulip, say hi to chat. That was almost good in here. Okay, gotcha. Guess it's working. It is. So, now I need to do a few more things. I'm going to say for the button to have a width of maybe 16, and it's going to have a text of maybe this, just a test. What to use for the voice, by the way, which audio model package? Let me see, I don't have it open at the moment. Text to speech. So I'm using the multi-dataset XTTS v2 from TTS. It's really a package called TTS. It's running Koki TTS for this. And basically I set the speaker to 10 M. It was the one that I saw that matched what I wanted better. After that, yeah, just the simple Koki TTS code. So yeah, that's the library I'm currently using. Let me go back here. Let's see. So here, let me say that I want the command input to then have no text, not input delete. What does delete do? Delete the characters between index 1 and index 2. Okay, that might work. Okay, and then from here, why did it say assistant? Oh, maybe because on the server I'm outputting it as assistant. Right, client send Tulip. Result. Just send the result and I'll handle everything. I'm back. I have been on walk. Did something important happen? I got the client to work. Though I need to assign it to a thread when it communicates. So all of this code needs to run in parallel. So let's see. Run. This might be it. Let me see if I can do something. Lambda in here, and if I pass this, figured as much. Yeah, can't actually pass it like this, but I can create a new async define temp chat, something like that. Pass this into here, say chat. What happens if I do it in a roundabout way? Okay, hey Tulip, say hi to chat please. Okay, it didn't lock the system, which is good. So now if I go on the server, it should have the input. It doesn't. Maybe because I did something wrong. Okay, that way doesn't work. Good to know. Okay, keep that as it is. And socket send in separate thread. Need Python for it. Okay. Send data, WebSocket send, threading start, argument. Okay, send data, it's WS. WebSocket app. Okay, this might work. Let me do something. So it needs to be assigned as a WebSocket app. So different from what I'm doing here. Shift tab. I'm going to comment this for now. Hold your horses. WebSocket equals, and then I try to create this. Okay, just something to open a window out of nowhere. Okay. WebSocket on open. Okay, I don't have the right library. Import to WebSocket. Okay, handles in a different way. Understood. So, for this one I'm going to change the library, because I need to have an assignable in here. Right. This will be moved to down here, like so. I'm going to pass this, say on open. We're going to create this. Okay. String starts and data. Okay, and I don't need the unopened VB. Threading starts threading, import. Import as this. Passing the WebSocket. Okay. And let's say text. Do I send text or a message? Okay. And now if I go into here, okay, this kind of won't work. Sending separate thread. Give me a second while I try to. Okay. Where is this? Is the logic the same? WebSocket dot. Okay, never mind. I'm going to run loops on trying to find this solution. WebSocket. Going back to how it was. Give me a second. I just need to run the thread safe. So like this. Run creatine thread safe. And I need to basically find meta thread. So define send. And I need to pass in the loop, as I did with here. Pass in the loop. And send. Okay, it needs a lambda. Just checking. Test. Okay, get running loop, no running a loop. Fair enough. Okay. syncio.run. And creatine thread safe. Loop was just created and it's not running yet, therefore the syncio, okay. Until completed. Ensure future. You know, I have a way to just tell it to run. Python run async function in different threads. I know I've already implemented something similar. Okay. New event loop, set event loop, open until completed. Okay. Threading threads. Okay. Something like this. call chat in there and start the find send thread. Something like this. Run send inside of this thread. And do this. What happens if I do this? And it locked. Had a feeling. But it received the response in here. I mean the message. So, something was done correctly, but it's still not exactly there. I wonder what can be changed around here. Well, when in doubt, let me consult with our good old friend GitHub Copilot. Okay. We need to send this WebSocket message without blocking the UI. Thread.join inside the send thread function which blocks the white thread. No thread join, so this one. Okay, use root.after in chat. Save the update. Okay. Append text. Oh. Okay, so it kind of did some things for me in here. Send button, command send message. Okay. So change the code to be like this. Why is there height 2? Okay, I'm just going to copy the methods. Hold up. Okay, something like that. Get etc. u message. And then chatlog.config.
Alright, let's put my skills to the test. Ready for a fun coding challenge?
Okay. Only now she processed the response. Okay. Let me see. Append text, thread function, etc. Where is it sending? Oh, it's sending here, never mind. Chat message does this, appends that. Okay. And how are you calling this? Send message. Okay. So something like that. And Tulip. And we say hi chat again. Oh. Okay, Copilot got it right. Amazing. Now, we just need for Tulip to reply. But besides that, the client is working. I mean, I'd prefer to have this aligned to the left, but minor changes that need to be done. Okay. Let's see. It's going to take still a bit for it to properly load. This is the boring part about doing this. Until I fix the CUDA library, it's going to take a long time. But yeah, could be worse. Okay. But yeah, this is starting to shape up into quite the nice AI, if I do say so myself. Not to like toot my own horn, but I mean, it's something. Come on, reply already. Let me see how the usage is going. 2.648 gigabytes, okay. Oh, no, still the same. I need to start putting timestamps in the logs so I can kind of get a metric of how long it's taking to generate. Although it also prints that that context in here. So yeah, total time of 164 seconds last time.
I'd be delighted to chat.
166
Ready
seconds.
to scream and code up a storm?
Okay. Of course, we are ready. Oh, it's not filtering the what I have to basically remove the added text that she sometimes generates. Oh, and okay. Let's see more of this. But yeah, I need to kinda send a different reply back. From command. Response text needs to be a filtered out one. Although it should already be doing this, which is weird. Self-started history. Command response text. Why is it not doing it properly? Very weird. It should already be extracting the first tag of response, unless there's an issue on my side here. Let me see. Root.after Tulip response. Okay. It is in fact a weird thing, but whatever. For now, I'm not really worried about the added content that she basically sends me back. But yeah, if it's taking 166 seconds per generation, yeah, that's still a lot of time. It's like 2 minutes and 46 seconds, approximately. So, yeah. Let's see. just see something. I have a few messages waiting for me. Okay, never mind. 10 series GPU, isn't it? And aren't you... It was using CPU? Yeah, because I've kinda done goofed.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Let's dive
wait
into
for
the
it.
code and stream with flair.
Okay, now I can speak. Yeah, I'm running on a 1050. It's a regular 1050 on the laptop, and it's using CPU because I kind of goofed up when installing the things on the server and didn't install the CUDA related packages. So Python kind of didn't install what was needed because of that. And now I kind of left it to do here for me to reinstall the Llama CPP Python packages so I can see if after this it installs with CUDA. But I need to do this off stream because it starts eating up all my bandwidth. It's ridiculous, but it's what it did when I tried on stream. So yeah, not gonna touch that installation part while I'm still streaming. After the stream, I'm going to leave it installing. Gonna take the hit on the bandwidth, but whatever. So yeah, we now see what did it reply. So I said, of course we are ready. Absolutely, let's dive into the code and stream with Flare. Then it generated a random text here. Full pain in the ass, yep. Okay, I need to see why she's returning this when I told it not to return. Let me see. I already don't need this because Tulip automatically adds that. Okay, and on the LLM side, the perform command. Okay, output. You extract the response text, you extract the first tagged response. Let me try to run this again when filtering out for that. Okay. Serves a single first emotion, returns a single reply string with tag. Okay. I'm going to close down the server instance. Going to changes. What I wonder about is that why does the LLM need the batch size? Normally this is used to process multiple things during training. Yeah, that's another question I kinda have, because that was on the example. But yeah, prompt processing maximum batch size. What happens if I remove this? Will it break anything? And in here, 1.4. Okay. Push. Let's see if it requires that. Sequence size. Might be. Okay, it's loading up again. Kinda wanna see how it replies now. Do I need the server to first run? Please refer to it as sequence size normally. Okay. Number of tokens it takes in at a time. That might affect it a bit. I wonder. Okay, let's see how it behaves now and see if I need to change anything. Okay, started the WebSocket server. I can go into here and say run the client. Okay. Hello, Tulip. How are you? Can you introduce yourself to chat? Okay, didn't fail here. And it received the message in here. I mean, the thing said your messages were like 30 tokens, so maybe batch size could be reduced to 64. Yeah, maybe. It's a bit trial and error at the moment, so yeah. Well, we will do changes until something explodes. Because then basically we found a culprit. Okay, let me just sit down. Because being up for 2 hours isn't good for you. Okay. It kinda isn't tracking my face that well, but could be worse. So, 2 minutes and 40 something seconds is what we normally wait. Let's see if the times change with this change we did. Because if so, maybe we need to tinker around a bit more. Though this is a bit boring, having to wait between each generation. So, anyone want to tell a funny story? Something that happened recently? Okay, I received a message. Hold up. Okay, nothing important. Normally I'd be playing around with a stress ball, but it might be heard on stream and it does a lot of noise, so... Plus, I don't know where I put it. The hell? Normally it's on my desk. Okay, I lost it somewhere. Oh, generated a reply. 157 seconds.
I'm Tulip, your witty coding companion, always ready to sprinkle some humor and smugness into our coding sessions. I've got a knack for finding the most efficient algorithms and turning coding challenges into fun banter. Did you know I can recite the entire history of programming languages in alphabetical order? Pretty cool, right?
Okay. It's still generating that content that shouldn't. Okay. I need to put text wrap as well. Okay, let's see if I can do that first. TK text wrap. Text wrap text in text box. Exactly. Oh. Text are in the window. Wrap word. Okay. So I should do something like this in the client code. Where is the text? Chat log. It's this one. Oh. Okay, it should work the same. It should have a wrap. Really? Doesn't have the same option? Okay, TK, it's label not text. Okay. Trigger pad, label text. wrap lengths. Well, I'm done for today. Best wish and have a good night. Have a good night, Waiton. I'll see you on the next stream. Oh, and the code I have to basically track my face decided to close. Hold up. Where do I have that code? Okay, should be this line. Paste. Source have been activated and run this. Okay, now it's back. Sometimes it decides to like close down for some reason. Okay. Okay, so when not defined, the batch size defaults to 512, so this time nothing really changed. Fair enough. Okay, wrapping label. Need self wrap length equals self info. Okay, so something like having to create like this and then importing it in here like so, and this can be created outside. Okay. Are there any more requirements to join the Discord team? Mother can't find a way to join. Oh, it's just by typing exclamation mark Discord in chat. It will pop up with the link for the Discord server. Sorry about that. I need to include better links. But yeah, that's the only requirement. Click on that link. It pops up with the Discord server. Okay. Let me see now. Let's try to do this again. Tulip. Say hi to chat, please. Okay. Alright. Remaining 90 tokens to evolve. Okay, that makes sense. It's loading out the other tokens from before, if I'm not mistaken. Really need to study a bit more on how this all works. But I'm certain I'm missing something. Okay. So it has a lot of other things like prompt eval time. It takes around 50 milliseconds per token. 1 second per token on the other one. Oh. So 20 tokens per second, 6.83 tokens per second in the eval time. Okay. And here it's stable. But yeah, I really need to fix that CUDA library. As soon as I do that, most likely it will start using the GPU correctly. At least I think so. Oh, come on. Let me see what else I have on my list while I'm here. Research on the creation Discord input with username distinction. Oh, that's gonna be a doozy. But I'd most likely do it now. Because the other is the VTuber Studio one, and that is also going to take some time. Let me see. How does this work? Okay, yeah, so I think the batch size can be reduced to like 64 as a message you send, or like 20 tokens
Hey
if...
Chad, I'm Tulip, the AI that's obsessed with all things code and streaming. I love diving into complex problems and turning them into a hilarious experience. Let's make some memories together.
Okay, as I was trying to read, you send out like 20 tokens, and if they are larger, it will process them in multiple batches, I think. Okay. Again, this worked perfect. Okay, then let's try to go into LLM and say and batch equals 64 for now. Alright. In the client, let me redo this again, because now it can output like this. And let me send this to the server so it can reload. And we can test that Siri out. Okay, git pull. Python server.py. Meanwhile, I think tomorrow I'll stream again, because this AI project really is capturing a lot of my interest, and I see chat is also really interested in the subject, so I think since I have some time tomorrow in the afternoon, I'm going to do another stream where we try to finish more stuff, because in like maybe half an hour, maybe a bit more, I have to go eat dinner, and I don't want to leave the stream just running while I eat dinner. So my idea would be pause the stream when I go to have dinner, and tomorrow we continue to tackle the AI, if it sounds like a good idea. But yeah, we still have a lot of time until then. Just kind of throwing out there the idea. Okay, in Tulip. Let's see. Oh, and the Shio T0, thank you for the follow. Hope I didn't butcher your name. Okay. Tulip received the message. Let's see. What was the time it took last time? Let me see. I kind of forgot. 150 seconds. Okay, approximately. 151. 2 minutes and 30 something seconds. I lost count. Okay, but let's see if it gets a bit better now. At least I sent a smaller message, so it should be able to give a faster reply, maybe. Or maybe not. I see Batman enter the Discord server. Okay. Still no reply from Tulip. It's getting a bit boring. Oh, I think I found how you could make more, add the variety to the message. The LM object on init can be passed as seed, which by default is constant. So I think if you get a dynamic seed from time, Okay, yeah, that might work. I think I also read something about that. Could be the next thing we add, so let me see. Olama CPP seed. Random seed, possible problems.
Hey there, I'm Tulip, your AI coding assistant, with a flair for humor and a deep love for all things programming. I'm here to help you stream your content smoothly and make your coding adventures a blast. Did you know that I've been around since the early days of programming, keeping up with all the latest languages and technologies?
Okay, that's bullshit and you know it. You haven't been around since the early days of programming, Tulip. God damn it, I love this AI. Okay, let me stop it so we can do that change. But yeah, it's shaping up into something good. So, I can pass a parameter called seed into here. Alright. Let me see how I can generate a random seed. Not that. And equals -1 to use a random seed. Something happened at the same generation with 3 runs. Okay. Back in the docs then. Right. So the idea would be for me to go into here and say for the seed to be equal and get the timestamp maybe Python get Linux timestamp. Not Linux, Unix. Because normally that's what's used in random seeds. Time. Okay. Number of seconds since the Unix epoch. What is this in Unix timestamp format? Okay. If I do this, what is going to happen? Okay, import this name from time. Python round float to int. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect, so okay, it just needs to be round in here. Okay. Now, if I send this to here, it should now basically work in a different way. Let me grab what I sent last time. No, it was just hey Tulip. Okay. And let's see if she replies in the same way or a different way. Okay, I'm going to put this in here, so send this, and what she replied was this. Okay, just as a comparison, I'm going to go into here, get pull, Python server.py. Let's see if nothing breaks, because chances are I mess up something and it fails to run. Won't be the first time and won't be the last. So yeah. Okay, that's running. Let's see. Going to reopen the client. I'm impressed it didn't like bug me about the WebSocket client. Okay. Hi, Tulip. Did I say hi or hey? Hey. Okay. Oops. Okay, so the same message sent. Let's see the reply. So it's going to take a bit for it to happen. Okay, while it is there loading, let me go back to the Discord input thing and copy link to original, just so I can analyze what I need to do. So this will be a new cog. Commands when mentioned. Stop. Okay. I'll need a way to process whenever a user talks. Okay. Command stop. Then the command die. Onready. So the onready should call for this, maybe? Okay, this is still going. I'm thinking how I can try to do this. Because where is callback being used?
Hey there! I'm Tulip, your AI coding buddy, ready to make programming fun and stream-worthy.
Okay.
I've got a knack for snack.
Reply was different, so it worked.
Did you know I can recite all of Shakespeare's sonnets in Python?
Hold up, let me call the bluff on that one. Let me see what she replies. Can recital Shakespeare sonnets in Python? How do you do that? Can you give me an example? Okay, but she's starting to get a bit more funny in her replies, which is kind of a good thing. Okay, but now it will take another... Oh, that time it took 91 seconds. Was faster by 1 minute. Okay, I didn't expect to see an actual change in the time. Okay, let's see if now she's a bit faster with a larger message, basically. Okay. Okay, while you do that, let me continue looking into what I was doing. Do I have a README? I do. Okay, custom voice protocol, etc. Simple and familiar. Usage. Voice channel connect. Define listen, sync, audio sync, etc. is listening. Get speaking. Okay. Super init. Once opus, define write. Okay, the API for this extension is designed to mirror the Discord.py voice send API. Sending audio uses the audio source class. Receiving audio uses the audio sync class. A sync is designed to be inverse of a source. Essentially, a source is a callback called by Discord.py to produce a chunk of audio data. Conversely, a sync is a callback called by the library to handle a chunk of audio.
Absolutely. Here's a little snippet.
Okay, you tried to do something and it failed. What do you try to do? Here's a little snippet and yeah. Oh, it tried to basically write code. And I'm prohibiting her from writing code. That's why. Okay, but that was funny. Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, what I want is to include a sync that will filter by user in the right section. Special care should be taken not to write excessively computationally expensive code, as Python is not particularly well suited to real-time audio processing. Due to voice being received being somewhat more complex than voice sending, syncs have additional functionality compared to sources. However, the core sync function should look relatively familiar. Okay, function determines if the sync should receive opus packets, right? Write function is the main callback, where the sync logic takes place. In the sync pipeline, this could alter inspect or log a packet and then write it to a child sync. Voice data is a simple container class with attributes for the origin member, opus data, optionally PCM data, and raw audio packet. Okay. If I have a peg to convert the audio stream to an arbitrary format or whatever else. On voice member speaking, on voice member connect. Let's say this is the one. Okay, would it be bad if I asked Copilot for maybe some sample code that I could improve? Can you give me a sample code for filter and output the voice of each member in a voice channel into separate wave files to then be sent to. What is my speech to text again? Forgot. STT whisper, that's it. Just want to see if I'm understanding correctly how I need to do. Voice recording bot, okay. They're kind of outputting everything to me. Okay, on voice packet, create per user WAV file if not exists. Hold your horses. Okay. Trying to understand how this is doing. Command prefix, alright. Voice client, etc. Stop recording. For every PCM and receive per user, that is raw little Indian samples at 400 Hz. Create a per user WAV file if it does not exist. Okay. And I see that my OpenC face crashed again. Okay, there we go again. So, the code, it's telling me it's a bit weird, but I think I get the gist of it. Let me just close this down. Install, and this. Okay, that extension is installed. And do the same here. Yeah, forgot about this. Control V. Okay. So, where do you call? Okay, let's record Discord. So, have to include this and say for it to have a bot event, similar to how I have that on ready. Self.bot.event and have something like that, and then have a self user files. Okay, and here it's self. Import the OS. Okay, self.user files. What is SF? Oh, sound file as SF. Okay. Do I have that? Apparently I do. Okay. And let me see. What else? Okay, now I can read from the code in this side. Okay. Self.user files. NP is numpy. Or numpy, however it's spelled. Okay. Self-user files right. Okay. And how do I call back to the LM script once it's written a new file? I don't go when writing that. Okay. Sync define on file voice ready. Just self std this transcribe file to match your speech to text implementation. I think that's the correct one. Okay. So expose the file ready method on night Tulip. The files not close. Okay. This will be a weird one. Transcribe file. Speech to text, and in here define transcribe file path. Oh, it's basically using this self and file path like this. Okay, essentially something like this. Okay, I don't need the recognizer at the moment. Oh, I Okay, I don't need this. And in here just pass default pass. Okay. It will return the command. So whenever this is called, okay, it's already inputting into that. Alright. Let me get something else, because I don't want it by user ID, I want it by username. Although it might be the... no, it isn't the same. No. Turn it by Discord username, please. Okay. On voice packet, username equals safe user.name. Okay. So, if I understand this correctly, can copy this, import this, and in here say that what I want is this. Okay. Every mention will be replaced with this. Okay. Discord member, create per user wave file. Alright. That should be correct. Now I need a way to basically send from here up to Night Tulip. Yeah, that's what I thought. Class Night Tulip. Instead of the class, I need to define that. Which, if I'm not mistaken, it's where it's defined. Correct. And oh, some global Night Tulip instance. What if I pass the instance to inside of it? I mean, it shouldn't be something bad if I do this, I think. Okay. And now if in here... Oops, was going on the wrong part. Okay, the Discord client is instantiated in here, so it should be here. Night Tulip and self Night Tulip, self and username. Okay, on the LLM side, in here it's the username, not user ID. Okay, I think I'm understanding how this will work. Where am I creating the Discord client? In here. Passing self. And if my theory is correct, this shouldn't break anything. Though, I don't know. Attempt to obtain Discord voice input. Commit and push. Kind of worried about how this will go. Going to take off my mic mute. Okay. And oops, not what I wanted to run. This is what I wanted. Okay, so now if I'm correct, it should start listening to input from my Discord server and should assign a file to my name, essentially. Though I could be heavily mistaken. This at the moment is just a bit theory coding. Okay, so can Night Tulip hear me at the moment? Let's see. So my guess would be no. Let me grab a new instance of this so I can keep an eye on that folder. Storage, software, Night Tulip. There we go. Command wave, output wave. Okay. It doesn't seem to be doing it, honestly. Was worth a shot. Night Tulip, can you hear me? Okay, Discord is basically detecting my voice, so that's not it. But yeah, on this side I basically have almost zero input. Let me see, I'm going to print f username received packet from this. Writing into file name. This packet into file name. Print f attempting to call back to Tulip core. Okay. Let's try that again. Right now I'm going into here, doing a git pull, python server.py. Okay. And I think after this I might end the stream since it's getting close to my dinner time. And we are almost at 3 hours, so that is quite good at least. And I'm not feeling tired like I do normally at night, so that's pretty awesome. Okay, so Night Tulip isn't receiving any input. What if I try to leave and rejoin the channel? Does she receive any input? Doesn't appear so. Okay. My dear friend GitHub Copilot, how can I do this? Okay. Not receiving any packets from the voice channel, even though I'm speaking there. Okay, seeing the message. Okay, it's just in my moderation thing. Okay. Need to should use the Discord intents all. Okay. So something like this. And just in case, intents dot voice states equal true. Report must be def and equal false. That's correct. Start receiving. Must call await start receiving after joining. Okay. To connect. Alright. So where is the connect? Oh. The connect is being handled somewhere else. In here, if I'm not mistaken. No. Let me see, bot.run. That's why. That is being called. So the channel connect should be called here. Yeah, there it is. Import this. Do I have any other connect? I do. And down here. Okay. Voice receive client to connect or to your cause join method. If you use the default client, you won't receive packets. Okay, even after joining, you must explicitly start receiving. Okay. We pass the cog, see what it generates. It's almost correct, but to receive voice packets with Discord. So I have changes. After every channel.connect, call await PC start receiving. Okay. PC equals this. Await VC start receiving. Await voice client start receiving. Okay. In here, let me just call it like that. Is the bot sure that this works? Let me see. Commit and push. If it breaks, we know that's something that I did kind of wasn't the correct one. Let's see. Score of PY 66. Privilege intent required. Oh, wait. Stop. Need to know what that is. Oh, I need to basically define more intents on it. Okay. Let me just quickly log in. It's this one. Let me grab the token. Give me a second, I'm trying to include the intents. Okay, I need to factor. Should be this one. I don't remember which one has the Discord one. Authenticator. Let me see. On the money. Something like this. Okay, Night Tulip. There should be something like it's supposed to enable privilege intents within your applications page. Okay. Settings. No. But public bot requires a lot code cramp, process intent, server members intent. Okay. Do I just need to do this and it will work? Let me see. Can I change the intents to have them all in the bot client? Although I don't know if this will work. Okay, now it was something different. Okay. So basically was that. I just needed to declare the intents. Now we just need to fix this. Because Copilot most likely told me the wrong code. Oh. So connect like and channel connect. CLS, voice receive client. Okay, I'm sure that this is exactly like it's telling me. Although it's kind of different in here. Okay, testing. Channel connect. Listen. Okay. Okay, go back to the README and see how it is. Yeah. This isn't using the correct one. Voice client. Okay. Must be using voice channel.connect. It's speaking, stop playing, stop listening, stop is listening, listen. Saves audio data into an audio sync. Voice member disconnect, on voice member connect, on voice member video. Speaking state. Yeah, I'm going to need to do this in a different way. And it will be a huge pain. Let me see what is the reply. Okay, but since we are reaching the 3 hours mark, I think I'll stop from here, do some research and do the installation of the package that I need. And on tomorrow's afternoon stream, we can continue and basically finish this, hopefully, and have Discord voice input. Otherwise, I'm just going to say for the client to have the voice input recognition part, and basically that's it. So yeah, I'm going to do some more research now, and tomorrow I'll bring the updates, and basically that's it. I hope everyone enjoyed their time on the stream, and I'll see you very soon. Tomorrow at the same time, most likely. So, yeah, farewell for now, and see you soon.
I can't. Damn. Though I will say, if there is a way to have Spotify song request